Hello darlings, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe. If you're another YouTuber, let me know down in the comments and I will sub you back. Now stay safe, wear your masks, and here's the video. Hello darlings, it's Brandy here from BRC Nails. Today we are doing a LOVCARRIE promo package that I got. So before we get into that, let me get into my shout outs. I have My Nail Art Designs. She does a lot of regular polish, very beautiful designs. So please go check her out. I do also want to say hello to the new subscribers that I got from doing the collab with Miss Horseshoe Nails. So welcome. Thank you for coming. If I have not subscribed to you and left your comment, please let me know down in these comments and I will do that right now, as soon as I get it. As always, there is a list of giveaways listed down below. I'm not really sure which ones are current because some of the people have met their targets but have not drawn yet, or they might have drawn like in the in-between time of, me doing this video and posting it. So just please double check before you go and enter, because I would hate to see you waste your time and enter, into a contest that actually has already gotten drawn. So, with that little warning in mind, let us get on to this LOVCARRIE set. Okay, before we get into the application of anything, I want to kind of explain the difference between dehydrators, primers, and bonders, and the different types that there are. I'm going to start specifically with LOVCARRIE because this is what I have, and maybe segue a little bit into just the topic in general. So dehydrators are what takes away the oil off your nail beds. So you can make a dehydrator. It's like half acetone, half rubbing alcohol, and that will work fine. Of course, if you are working with systems, their stuff is made to work together well. It might be able to work with other systems, but it's not going to be as good as if you buy the whole system together. And that's true for acrylics, gels, polygels, all that. But yes, you can mix and match and do what you need to do. Next, we have a primer. Primer is what primes the nail for the bonder. Now, this step might be a little extra. Some people might not bother with it, but if you are prone to lifting or peeling or anything like that, then you want to kind of go the three-step method, whether it's only from gel polish or if it's from other extensions, acrylics, whatever. The three-step process would be best for you. I also know that the labels of these can be confusing because one company names it a primer, another will name it a bonder, and it just, it gets all in the mix-up. If it is a dehydrator or a primer, or a technical primer, I should say, quote unquote, it will air dry, okay? If it is a gel solution that needs to go into the lamp, it is a bonder. This is my experience as far as I know from the products that I have used. So please take this with a grain of salt, because a girl don't know everything, alright? Especially when it comes to stuff like this. Now, bonders can go either way. They can be liquid or they can be UV. But like I was saying about the mix-up with the labels, Burano has a primer that is a UV primer. They call it primer. Yoyogi calls their dehydrator primer and their bonder prime bonder. So you see how the labels of all of them are a little mixed up. If you have any questions about this, leave them in the comments. If I cannot answer them, I will send you to someone who can, or I will ask someone who knows, so that you will get the most correct answer that I can get for you. So for these particular products, the dehydrator would go first, the primer would go second, and then the primer by itself would go third. And they are all air dry. And then you would get into the base coat, color, all that other stuff, or base coat and then adding enhancements. So, you know, it can be used either way. But since I only have gel polish with it, that's what I'm gonna do. So I just wanted to explain this a little bit before I actually got into the video, because if I'm trying to talk about what I'm doing in the video and try to talk about this, it would be a hot mess. So let me get into actually using this stuff. Okay, so it came very securely wrapped. I was very, very happy with it. There was like another piece of foam that closed on top of it, and it was all taped up. So there was no movement, no leaking, no breakage, no problems. I was very, very happy with it. Okay, so I'm just checking out all the bottles, seeing what's what. Now that's the primer, that's step 2. There are directions on the back and ingredients as well. They do have a bit of a smell because it is like an acetone ish smell, rubbing alcohol. You know, it does have a smell, but it dries very quickly and the smell dissipates fairly easy. So as I was pulling them out, they were in no particular order. You know, the directions there on the back, make it really, really easy. Basically, you apply the dehydrator or the primer, let it dry, you know, 3, 4, 5 seconds until you get a matte finish, and then you can go on to the next step and do that for the 3 steps. Usually when I do like polygel or anything like that, I will actually do it twice. You know, like I'll do dehydrator all the way across, wait for it to dry, do it again, do the primer, because I've never had that 3-step, which this one is. I only had 2, so I would go into the bonder and do that twice as well, just to make sure that the full nail is covered and that there will be no lifting or peeling or any of that kind of stuff. I also tested this out on my skin, and there was no burning, no rash, no redness. I did leave it on, you know, I put it on and then I kind of just started doing nail stuff, and like on my skin I put it on, and you know, throughout the whole thing, even not having gloves on and having gloves on, there was no issue with it at all. So if you have very sensitive skin, do not listen to me, keep it away from your skin. But you know, it doesn't go on your skin, so you shouldn't be putting it on your skin no matter what. But I really wanted to try it because it specifically says no burn, you know, like that. So I wanted to make sure that it was really no burn, because I'm doing this on my flexi hand now, but I am going to do on an IGTV where I actually do it on my hand, like my real fingernails and everything. So I'll probably only do a nail or 2, but I wanted you to know that I have already tried it, used it as far as testing it out, and it worked wonderful. I do also want to say that the product was not absorbed into the nail bed because it's plastic, but I just wanted to go through the motions, show you how to use it. I did an après dupe. I only did 1 nail. I did 2 nails, but I only did 1 on camera, and it actually ended up being a little bit of a hot mess because I use polygel when I do après dupes, but I wanted to see if the base coat could do it, and it worked fine. So I took the dehydrator, put that on. I'm only doing the pointer and the middle finger as extensions. The others I am just gonna paint with the polish, because that red is so poppin'. I love it. I love it. I like it a lot. Anyways, then I put the see, I get all confused with the names because they're different. I put the primer. I'll get it someday, the actual order. Like, if I'm looking at them, I can do it, but if I can't see the names, I'm like, So I go to put the primer on, and it did leave a little bit of wetness on there, so I just took a little paper towel and tapped it dry. when you put it on your own nail, that does not happen. It completely dries everything out, and it works wonderful. So now I'm taking the bonder, which they call nail prime. Again, it's the weird shaped bottle. It doesn't look like a polish bottle, okay? The bonder, and I put that on, and again, you know, the plastic can't absorb it, but mostly it air dried. So I scored the inside of the nail just like you're supposed to with my e-file, you know, and I did both nails. I decided to do the middle one first, and I kind of put a lot of base coat in there because I figured if anything smushed out, I could just pull it out from underneath. But it ended up being way messy. I got it done in the end, but when I did the pointer finger, which I didn't record and I wish that I did, I basically just eyeballed the amount and it came out perfect. There was no bubble, no big flood of the base gel coming out. Like, see here, I'm trying to like smooth it out and fix it. So in the future, I will do the whole less is more type thing. But it did stay. I ended up just taking the nail out and trying to clean up and smooth out the mess that was underneath. I know that's cheating, but you know, like I said, it's my first time using base gel with it, so I'm just happy that it came out in the end, because you know, first times sometimes are a little you know. But the base gel is, I'd say, a medium consistency. It's not the thickest that I've ever seen, but I would definitely use it for glitter. I say it's not as thick as Builder in a Bottle, even though they say you can use it as a structure gel. Yeah, okay, I said it right. So I am just taking my little UV lamp and just making sure it cured enough so that I could put it in the light. Now, I was trying to go through the motions and see how clear the pointer looks now. There was like no air bubble, no underneath mess. It just perfect après dupe, right? So I was trying to file it and get into the, you know, habit of working on another person instead of working on tips. But I got frustrated like that and ended up just taking them out and buffing them real quick like that. Of course, after the buffing, I am wiping them down with rubbing alcohol to get all the dust and particles and all that stuff out. Now, on the other nails, I'm going to go straight in with polish, but you could use all this stuff under polish, under gel polish. So if you're just going to paint your regular nails gel polish, you go through the same steps with the dehydrator, the primer, and the bonder, and it is supposed to help with peeling, lifting. Like, both of my sisters, they pick at their nails, so like, you know, their polish starts coming off like in a few days, and they're trying to say it's my fault, but no, it's them. So, you know, I did invest in some rubber base coat, rubber top coat, so, you know, the next time I ain't hearing that shit. I am using all this stuff and the rubber base coat and top coat, and then we'll see what they can get off their nails, right? So anyways, here I am applying the base coat. It applies very nicely. Like I said, it's a medium consistency, so it's not super goopy, but it's definitely thicker than a top coat for sure. And I'm just making sure that, you know, there's no extra over the sides or anything like that, because, you know, I don't want it to be glued to my flexi hand and have to like pop it off, because I've done that before. So if you are still watching, please hit that like button. Let a girl know you were here. Subscribe if you are interested, and please hit that notification bell. Otherwise, YouTube will not let you know when my videos come up, so you will be missing them. And And that's just how YouTube works. So if you like my videos, hit that like, leave a comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell. You know, all the YouTubey stuff. I do want to say a quick thanks to all my watch time peeps. I love you. Mwah, mwah. Every day we are getting closer and closer, and I am just so grateful. Thank you. Mwah. Okay, so now we are going to get into this color. I picked their Coca-Cola Red, and it is poppin'. It is fire, and it is a 1-coat coverage. Okay, I mean, honestly, I would probably put 2 just because I'm a 2-coat kind of person, and I just like it that way, but it's definitely 1-coat coverage. I was really surprised. I mean, these last few reviews, I have gotten some really good products. I'm very happy with them. So, you can just see from here how awesome that color is. And I'm just going to go in till the middle finger, and then the last 2 fingers. They sent me an extra color that I didn't pick. And there was a little drama on the color. I'm not gonna lie. I'll talk about it when we get there. I was having a bit of a problem with some fuzzies. You know how, like, you go and apply the polish, and then there's all these little bumps, and you try to take it off, and you find out it's like these little fibers. What had happened was, I had some, like, high quality paper towels that I bought way back in the beginning, and I stopped using them because the fibers were just coming off it. It was supposed to be lint free and all that stuff, and I paid a pretty penny for them, but you know, it was making more of a mess than it was helping. So I found some when I moved my room, so I decided to use those up, and you know, here they are causing havoc again. Now this white, usually when you get a milky white, it doesn't look bright like that, so I was expecting a white polish, but it's a milky white, but a bright milky white, which, like I said, I've never seen. But it was so, like, watery looking, especially compared to the red. I had no idea what was going on. I was so frustrated, and like, I wiped it off, shaked up the bottle, started it again, hoping that, you know, maybe I didn't shake it well enough, or maybe I didn't shake it at all, and I thought I did. But it was the same. So I kind of just went with it because I didn't know what else to do with it. But once I treated it like a milky white instead of a bright white, it worked out a lot better, and it looked a lot better. I think it's just because I was trying to be really heavy-handed with it, and it left it very streaky. So it was a bit of an operator error. It's still a pretty polish. I don't like it as much as the red, though. The red is straight fire. Of course, who doesn't love a milky white, especially now? And like I said, my milky white that I have is like dimmed. It's like muted. But this is like a bright milky white, so it's a color that I don't have and that I've never seen personally. So it is a good addition to my collection, but it was a little bit of a shock to go from a 1-coat coverage to a bright white, milky white, you know? Okay, these are the directions on how to use it as a reinforcing gel. You would use it as a base coat. I mean, they're pushing the rubber base coat here, but I don't have base coat and top coat, but I don't have that, so I went with the regular base coat. You could put the color, 2 coats, we'll say, of whichever color, and then put this on again after the color to give you that extra firmness if you need it, and then put the top coat on after. I don't think it would stand up to filing. I haven't tried it yet, but that will have to be something that I do experiment with. But since you're applying it over a color coat, there really shouldn't be any lumps or bumps or anything like that, because you're just applying another coat. It would be like a little bit thicker than a color coat, right? Because it's not super thick like builder in a bottle, but it's definitely thicker than a top coat. So here I am fighting with the fuzzies again. Those paper towels are going in the trash. I was fighting with them like crazy. Oh my goodness. But the colors did come out in the end. I decided to do 2 fingers matte so that you could see each color mattified. And I'm really happy with it. I'm really happy with all of this stuff. I can't wait to try it on actual extensions as well. Because you know I love my polygel, so maybe I'll do a polygel nail. I don't know, we'll see. It's going to be a surprise on IGTV. All of a sudden it'll just pop up and be like, bam, new video for IGTV only. And we'll see how that goes. But I do want to show it on a real person, not just on my practice hand. So I think that is the best way to go. And I am using my Q-tip to clean that off because I am trying to get in the habit of cleaning other people's things. Like, I could have just left it and it would have dried and peeled off, but no, I wanted to try to get it off while it was still wet. So here is everything, all the products, the 2 colors. So we have the Dehydrator, the primer, the bonder, the base coat, and 2 colors, the red, Coca-Cola red, and a milky white. You can see in the middle and the ring fingers, those are the matte ones. I think they came out beautiful. Would I buy these products? Absolutely. I know Aliexpress is having a sale right now. It's only going to be going for a few more days. But do bear in mind that all of these bottles are 15 ml bottles. So, except for, even the bonder is a 15 ml bottle. So if they are a little bit more on the expensive side, it's kind of double what the little 7.5 bottles are. And no shade to the 7.5 bottles. You know I love my Vanillisa. But if you get a good color like this red, you want to have the big bottle, and I feel like it's worth it. So all the links will be in the description box down below. Don't forget to look out for that IGTV video because I'm sure it's going to be funny because I'm working on my own hand. The prices were $5.79 for the Dehydrator and the primer and $2.93 for the bonder. Like I said, I took these pictures today, Monday. It's part of the sale, so I am not positive what the prices will go to after the sale is over. And then the base gel is $2.94 and the color coat is $3.56. And again, these are 15 ml glass bottles, so do keep that in mind. Please don't forget to check out my shout out, my nail art designs. The links for that, the giveaways, and the watch time playlists were all going to be in the description box as well, of course, as all these products that I used today. Keep an eye out for that IGTV video. It is coming. And I think that's about it. Thanks so much for watching. Have a marvelous day. And thanks again. Mwah.